Let's start with the heat. We're going to have less thunderstorm activity, more sunshine, and obviously more heat. So we're going to go mid-90s Thursday, Friday, and I think even on Saturday as we cut down our rain chances. And as a result, the heat index is going to come up between 105 and 110. Now, a lot of days it's upwards of 104 and 105 degrees. But if you add a couple more degrees to the air and the dew point stays the same, the humidity, you're likely to get closer to 108, which is when we get heat advisories issued by the National Weather Service. We think that Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, NWS is probably going to have to look pretty hard at issuing, at least for parts of our area, okay? One of the reasons why is the rain chances are coming down. Look at Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. 20 to 30% tomorrow, 10 to 20% on Thursday, and then maybe 20% on Friday, a little bit more on Saturday. So with it being drier and being more sun, you're going to get a little bit hotter. And one of the reasons why it's getting drier is the dust from the Saharan desert pushing through the area. And you can see it rotating all the way through next week. But Thursday, especially Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, it will be the thickest. You're probably going to notice hazy sunshines. A lot of times we used to say like more brighter sunsets. No, it's actually more muted, but you can get some pretty good color, red and orange especially. You're not going to get a lot of rain. It just dries out the atmosphere as that dust is sinking. And some of it's thick enough, especially over South Florida by Saturday and Sunday. You'll probably see it showing up on the cars. You'll see it actually get that thick. Now, you can notice that we do have thunderstorms for inland locations. One up there in Pasco, just east of Starkey Ranch. Most of the rain will be here along our eastern fringes of the area. So we're talking eastern Polk County, Highlands, Hardee, and DeSoto counties. One or two will come back to the coast like we're seeing here through about 9 o'clock tonight. Then we're just about done with all of that. Now, we had some storms work their way inland, and lots of clouds gave us some really good shade this afternoon. That was nice. Hillsborough, Pinellas, Pasco. But that now is starting to thin out a little bit, so we will get more sunshine, and temperatures just going to kind of hover right there in the upper 80s to near 90. You can see, look how much things are brightening up here in St. Pete. You can see some bluer skies, storms off in the distance. Those high clouds that we had from earlier are thinning out. 86 degrees. I would not be surprised if that number actually goes up a degree or two here in the next hour, but not much more than the upper 80s. Water temperature's 90. Light wind off that 90-degree water right now will keep us warm through the evening hours. Here's about 9 o'clock tonight, and you can see a couple of showers popping up near the coast. One or two as they come back, and that's it. Not a lot of rain tonight. Tomorrow, it's the same pattern, but it's less rain altogether. So 7:30 in the morning, nothing offshore really. And then right around, 10:30, 11 o'clock, where we've been seeing rain the last couple of days, not much. This is 12:30. We're just getting a few showers to pop up and work their way inland by 3 p.m. And then you can see it's a similar look. It's just not as much rain. And Thursday looks even thinner than that. All right, so what we're going to be watching is Thursday, Friday, and Saturday for this number up here. When that gets close to 108, we get a heat advisory from the National Weather Service. That's the reason why we issued our weather impact alert to give you a heads up about the extra heat. I know it's hot, it's summertime, but this is getting a little bit hotter than normal. We don't normally get heat advisories here. We do, but we don't get them a lot. 79 for a low temperature for tonight. Sunset, by the way, is at 8:30. Sun's up tomorrow at 6:40 and a little bit later. 93 for a high with a 30% chance for a shower. Boating forecast, west winds at 5 to 10 knots. Look at our rain chance right there around noon and then pushing slowly inland. Water temperature, as I mentioned, is around 90. That's likely to creep up a little bit over the next several days. Here's some good news. No development expected in the tropics. With all that dust, you're not going to get much at all. That really tends to keep the tropics quiet, but El Nino is doing a really good number on the tropics so far. Their 7-day forecast, those red bars, those are for the hot afternoons Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, where that feels like temperature will be 105 to about 110.